Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 26th to March 3rd. This is for Capricorn and Capricorn rising, and we're going to jump right into it because Capricorn, this is a really big week. This is going to be a pivotal week for you, and you are going to feel it among one of the signs that are up there in terms of this week is going to be big for you. Now, before we even get to, and we do have the best weekend of February this week as well. Now, the first thing that I want you to know is that really kicks off on Tuesday on the 27th, February 27th with Mars squaring Jupiter. Okay, so these squares are a little bit challenging, right? So there could be something here that really feels aggressive in terms of, things that bring you pleasure, things that, even maybe your self-worth and things that you value. What I like about this, Mars can be aggressive as I explained, but there is this sense of I'm not going to give up. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go big and go big or go home. There may be something new that comes out of it feels like a big squeeze this day. And so just remember that, it could be a day where you could be overly optimistic about something. Just have one foot on the ground and you will be fine. I would recommend that for y'all, just communicate as much as you need to, all right? And the reason why I'm really harping on this square in particular is because of the day after, okay? So it's moving right into Wednesday, February 28th, where we have a Saturn Cazimi and a Mercury Cazimi, and Mercury conjuncting Saturn. I mean, this is a huge day, especially for you, Capricorn, because Saturn is your ruling planet. Now, Saturn and Mercury are both in Pisces, so this is your third house, and that's why this is really important when it comes to communication. You could find yourself thinking in new ways, okay? Thinking in new ways. It's going to be important for you to communicate around this week as well. There is going to be a really big, okay, the best way to explain this, because I will be here for hours. This is your reset button that you're going to push, okay? This is your reset button that you're going to push because let's start with Mercury Cazimi. So both Mercury and Saturn are in the heart of the sun. That's where the Cazimi is. So imagine that alignment, okay? Now, so you're definitely going to feel this because these Cazimis are happening on the same day. Mercury Cazimi, this is really, again, communicating things that you need, what you're thinking about. You may even have new ideas. Think of Mercury having this refresh, okay? And so your thoughts, logic, communication, everything that has to do that Mercury rules, having this reset. And so bringing new ideas, thinking in new ways. If you feel like you've been hitting a wall, thinking, pivoting, right? Thinking of other ways to get around that. Now I'm not going to say that you are going to hit a wall. You just may have a moment of breakthrough. Okay. Now, the reason I say that is because we do have the Saturn Cazimi on the same day. A Saturn Cazimi happens once a year. So this is your one shot. Okay. To really burst through and have that breakthrough, and you're going to have it. You're going to have it because you're having this moment where it's again, there's so much empowerment energy that's happening in Aquarius, even though we're in Pisces season. Don't forget, we still have Venus, Mars, and Pluto in Aquarius, all in your second house of self-worth and self-value and whatnot. And, the comfort that you feel in stability. So you could feel a little bit of a burden this day, but that burden is going to make you ask yourself, what are the goals that I have for myself and how am I going to reach them? And if there's something in the way, how am I going to break through that? Okay, so it is that reset button. You downloaded it on your app, the reset button for today, okay, for the 28th. So this is the day where you're going to press that button and you're going to be like, Saturn, get out of my way. Get out of my way. I'm going to get the things that I want. You could definitely be it's almost like you have this really strong sense of accomplishment that you feel this day, and you're like, okay, now I want to achieve a lot more. I've got goals, and taking a lot of this very seriously, taking a lot of it seriously in terms of feeling very driven to succeed, really focused on the things that you want and really, really going for it. Okay. So again, this is a day where you could just feel a lot of, again, it's going to definitely be like a lot of communication, things that have to do with communication. I wouldn't be surprised if you work in communication and something comes up or you're just like, we need to get this ad out or whatever it is. But even still, this is a day where you're going to realize you're going to have a moment. Something's going to have to change. I'm going to press this reset button. Things are going to change. Think of it as like, you're building a time machine. Okay. Saturn is a planet of restrictions, limitations, a planet of hard knocks, responsibilities. And so you're building this time machine. Saturn's been like over your shoulder. You're like, nope, again, you got it wrong. Nope, you got it wrong. Nobody's going to get a time machine right on the first time. All right. Nobody in the world will ever do that. But this is a day where you'll be like, oh, this, purple wire goes with the red wire. Boom. And there you go. You got your time machine working. Okay. So you're going to go to the future. You're going to see yourself. You're going to see yourself, the CEO of the world. You're going to be the CEO of the world. You're sitting on gold bars. And there you go. You see yourself in the future. You're happy. You're good. You know that this was perfect. This reset button. Now you know how you're going to be in the future, all because you press this reset button this day. All right. Was that a little too meta for you? Anyway, all I'm saying is like there is going to be a moment where you may have to pivot this week to see yourself, to set yourself up for the future that you want for yourself. All right. So now, 29th, this is again another big day. This is when we're leading into a really, really great weekend. Now, this is going to be very interesting. Mercury will sextile Jupiter on the 29th. And so I absolutely love this for you. If there's any day to sign a contract, it is today, coming after that reset button. All right. Today's the day to do it. I mean, this is a very harmonious aspect. It's a great day to have a job interview. It's a great day to negotiate. It's a great day to give a pitch. It's a great day to, have an important conversation. You have Jupiter on your side, the planet of good luck, the planet of good fortune, prosperity, expansion, profit. So really great day to sign. I wouldn't be surprised if some of y'all are presented with contracts, especially with it, having to do with money, because as I said earlier, we still have a couple planets in Aquarius in your second house of income, which is going to be a thing for y'all. Now on Friday, on March 1st, this is such a great day. The sun sextiles Jupiter. So now we got Mercury and the sun sextiling Jupiter. So this is absolutely amazing. You'll find it's a very special weekend. It's one where you will find, it is a very optimistic weekend. You might find a lot of luck around this weekend as well. All right. So keep that in mind. A lot of joy, a lot of good fortune. Now, the other thing is the moon will be in Sagittarius. And so this is very interesting because for y'all, it is your 12th house. Okay. So there is a sense of like, there's something that you may be thinking about that it's deeply this weekend. And it could be something that really has to do with things that do bring you pleasure. And it could be part of the Saturn Kazemi where it's just, where you feel like, okay, I'm going to do whatever I can to make this part of my life like less burdensome. And this is how I'm going to do it. So with that said, Capricorn, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for February 26th to March 3rd. Again, this is for Capricorn and Capricorn rising. If you want to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other placements, if you know your birth chart, you are absolutely welcome to. But Capricorn, I think that's it. That's it, right? Let's go ahead. Let's get started. See what's going on for you for February 26th to March 3rd. Now, Capricorn, I do a traditional call to cross spread. Really does offer the best overview, in my opinion. If we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Secondly, Capricorn, y'all are amazing. Thanks for being here. I love y'all. Come on, y'all are the best, and you're good, and you don't even listen. You do have a plan. And you're doing this, and this is going to be a good week for you. It's going to be a good week for you. You're going to recognize a lot of things. This is going to be a powerful week for you, but also a empowering. I can't even say that word, but you know what I'm trying to say. Empowering week for you. Look at this. Look at what's going on here. Okay, so you got the Knight of Wands. Oh my gosh, what's going on with me? You've got the Knight of Pentacles. So that stability that I was talking about, or well, Saturn, like there is a sense of stability as well with Saturn as well. So, Nine of Pentacles, this is someone who has planted a lot of seeds and now he's just in it to win it, in it for the long haul, bringing this sense of like commitment to something in his life. And yeah, it can be work, it can be something relationship related. You do have, again, Jupiter in your fifth house of love and romance and family and children, which are all really great things, but there is also this sense of like spirituality that's coming through as well, which is very nice. And as I've explained, it's not just Mercury and Saturn in Pisces, we also have the Sun in Pisces as well as Neptune. And so that is all a lot of, Pisces is just very meditative. And anyway, without going too much into it, this is really great. Okay. There is a sense of like, that's what you're seeking now, stability. And it can be finances and it can be work because it is Pentacles, but it's also, Pentacles are your physical reality. And so it can be something that like, it's you asking yourself, what have I put like blood, sweat, and tears into like investing in, investing in a relationship, investing in family, where are you putting your time? Where are you exerting your energy? It seems like you're moving forward and that's what you want right now. All right. That stability in that area and something that has a long shelf life. Now you have the Two of Wands in the heart of your spread. All right. So very, very interesting here. There's a lot of home stuff happening, isn't there? Well, listen, you have the Two of Wands in the heart of your spread. What I love about this card, it is one of the most, I think, like underrated cards. And now that I think about it, well, okay, you did get the Knight of Pentacles in your future last time. So you see that there is like, it's doubling down now, showing up again in your spread in your past. So that's really good. But the Two of Wands, hey, come on. He's got the world in his hand. He is standing at the highest point in the castle. This is someone who has made accomplishments. And now there's a sense of like really planning your next step, really thinking about your next step, really being strategic about your next step, what you want for your future, and really, really knowing I'm going to plan this out. Okay, I'm going to plan this out, not be impulsive, not like I really, really want to make this happen. So I really love this for you. There is a sense of like, yes, there could be something that is just a little bit bigger than normal, right? It's not like you making a decision to like, should I go to the ice cream store or not? It's like something like longer lasting, but it is like next up. And the card is actually attributed to Mars and Aries. I mean, when I say this is like one of the most underrated cards, it really is. So there is a sense of you just kind of like really knowing there's something out there for you and really going for it and planning for it first, but having like a really solid plan. Now, you do have the 10 of Wands as well, okay, in your challenge area. So when I say you're going to have that big squeeze this week, there is going to be something where you may recognize, I've got to drop a wand or two. I'm working a lot, working too hard. Maybe I've got a lot going on. Maybe I'm distracting myself from things that I really need to pay attention to. But you will definitely feel that this week. 10 is the end of the suit. And so once you recognize that, it's like a boulder off your shoulder, like things just move a lot nicer for you. But it does seem like you could be taking on a lot this week, especially with it challenging the 2 on. So that is going to, in a sense, help you when you recognize that, because then you can see a lot more clearly, and have this, plan out this vision that you have for your future. Okay. Now you have the 2 of Swords in your crown. Very interesting that, looking at your entire spread here, there may be something, a lot of y'all may be reconsidering career, moments in career, professional stuff, jobs and stuff too. There is going to be a time for that, okay, where, let me just tell you what's happening. You just got the 2 of Swords in your crown. This card is attributed to Moon and Libra, so it's a Libra card. As we know, the South Node moved into Libra for Capricorns. That is your 10th house. There are changes happening with career for you. Okay, there are changes happening with career. It's some of y'all are considering different moves, and if it's not you, it's something about your career, something about your career path that like ascending in that area. Okay. So, but even still, even if you're not here career, this is just saying like, take that time out to plan, okay? To plan your next step. You know, she is wearing that blindfold. You see all that water behind her, water, emotion. So this could be this emotional moment for you, especially over the weekend too, with Moon and Sagittarius in your 12th house anyway. But there, again, you see the little sliver of the moon here, trusting your intuition. Your intuition is going to make all the difference, all right? So really going deep to plan, all right? You got these two twos here, all right? So that duality, but it's almost a sense of like, coming together now, everything coming together, really formulating this plan. 7 of Pentacles. Very interesting that you got the 7 of Pentacles as well. There was a time, I was about to tell you a big story. With the 7 of Pentacles in the heart of your spread, let me just tell you or in the root of your spread. When I say some of y'all are considering career changes or changes just in life, if not career. And the thing that I was going to say, we remember how I said this card is a Libra card and the South Node moved into Libra for y'all, and your 10th house of career, fame, public recognition, honors, achievements, things like that, social status, things like that. We have our first eclipse next month in March, lunar eclipse in Libra. So something is going to end, okay? And I'm not saying it like your job is going to end or anything. I'm just saying that there may be like you having this transformative experience where you're like, okay, there is some change that needs to happen in terms of career. And again, it can be like just ascending in that area. But this is their affirmation, the 7 of Pentacles. It's like, what have I invested in up until this point? Is it something that I want to continue doing? Or is my heart not in it anymore? Am I not passionate about it anymore? Is it something that I see that I've already fulfilled? And I'm just like, okay, well, I've made it. I'm good here. I'm good. Now what's next? Okay. So it can resonate in different ways for a lot of y'all, but at the end of the day, it's taking that big pause. All right. Taking that pause to really, really think about this future that you envision for yourself. And if you are on the right path, and again, I'm not saying that any of you are on the wrong path. I'm just saying whatever path you're on, just take a little break and just think about your next steps forward, especially with this Saturn Cazimi, with that reset. Okay. It can be money and wealth. Remember, that is a thing that's happening for y'all already with Pluto and Aquarius for 20 years. But it really is, there could be some career matters, money matters, even home matters. All right. You know, the North Node did move into your 4th house, but even still there, it seems like there is a decision that you're going to make this week, and it is going to be a big one. And it does seem like you are seeking some sort of change and you're planning it this week. And I want you to remember, communicate as much as you can and think things through with that Mercury Cazimi. You may have a lot of new ideas now, and boom. Hello, Capricorn, you got the Ace of Wands in your future. You're good. You're absolutely good. So when I say you have this new path, or there is this sense of something coming together for you, it's almost like you know it. It's almost like you know it. You also got the 10 of Wands in your last reading too, didn't you? But either way, Ace of Wands in your future, new beginning, new journey, new path, new cycle, something new coming through. You're gonna love it. It's amazing. Look at the leaves. All right. Look at the leaves sprouting from that wand. All right. So think of it just like seeds being planted now, but the universe offering you this new opportunity. Wands are your passions. Okay. What have you been putting all your like heart and soul into? What have you been, intentions you've been setting? Like, it's coming. It's coming. It's great. It's great. It's abundant. It's, work related too. Ones are work related. So again, there's a lot of career stuff that's happening here, jobs, professions, etc. But you are going to be you have something new coming through. It's clear as day. It's in your future. And so you're good. Just think about like what your passion is. Let's get to your stuff. Capricorn, you crack me up. If you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Tell me if you've been like fumbling with your words as much as I have. And I love you. Y'all are amazing. Oh my goodness, look at you and your two aces here. Yeah, you're going to be in your head. You're going to have to get out of your head. You're going to have to face a little bit of truth this week. But again, I don't want you to feel this Saturn Cazimi is going to be big. Okay. So there is, again, Saturn just like, ah. So as long as you press that reset button, it's just like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Get in your time machine. Go back in time, actually. Go to those nostalgic, nostalgia has been proven to improve quality of life and mental health and, well-being, all of that. It's research that's proven this. So have nostalgic moments if this week you feel like that big squeeze. Like think about the time that, you went and saw, Steel Magnolia at the theater with your friends and threw popcorn at somebody across, just think about those moments. Ace of Pentacles come on. You want this. You want something new. It's clear. It's clear as day. It is clear as day here. With the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles really is just saying that there is something that you really, really, do you want this change? Okay. You can have it. I've told you from the beginning, you can have it with the Saturn Cazimi. You got to think about what that thing is, what you do want to change. You can have it all. Now, you got the Eight of Swords in your external factors area. Now, don't freak out. Here's the thing. Two things actually coming up. One, it seems like you have been in your head, and that is what is actually making you. If you're spending all this time in your head, you have this like build up, right? So again, if you're gonna go up here, go to your pineal gland, go to your, your third eye, your sixth sense, your intuition. That's gonna make all the difference. You see that we call this like the self-victim card. And so it is, you see the blindfold, she's bound, surrounded by swords. She put herself here. Okay. So again, there is a sense of like, for me, that's coming up. And when you look at your entire spread here, it does seem like that there is something new that you want and you can't get it out of your head. But remember, there is a sense of like not only bringing reality to the vision that you want for yourself, the future that you want for yourself, especially with Saturn being there, but really thinking of things in any way and facing the truths that you have to face and really doing that deep dive. Okay. The reason why, two things here. One, you see her feet are free, so she can walk out anytime she wants. So, like I said, like this is you have this choice here. But the reason why you may do a little bit more, you may be in your head a little bit more than normal, is because you got the only two cards where they're blindfolded. Okay. So really trust your intuition, really see the things that you need to see. Let this Saturn Cazimi help you. All right. Use it to your advantage. What is burdensome? And it could be something that you have to give a lot of thought to. All right. The other thing is, there is someone in your life that could feel, it's almost like they're not seeing things the way that you need them to see things. And that could be your Saturn Cazimi moment. That could be you saying, okay, this has got to change. I've got to communicate. It is the Saturn Cazimi is in your third house of communication. You have to communicate. And it can be, it could even be a sibling. It can be like a neighbor. It could be, an aunt or an uncle or a cousin, all those things that the third house rules, right? But even still, there is some eyes need to be open this week. Now, you did get the Four of Cups. All right. So this is a card where it really is testing your gratitude. It's just saying like, come on, let's really think about this and really, it's almost like, where it falls in your spread is very interesting because you see that you did get the Four of Pentacles in your final outcome too. And we'll talk about that. But where it's falling in your staff, it really is saying that possibly some of the things that if you feel like can't quite yet take a step forward because you did get the Two of Wands and it really is just all about planning, it really is not fearing any sort of rejection, not assuming things are not going to work out for you. You can't see things that way, okay? And the Four of Cups is really just, like I said, it's testing your gratitude. And there is a sense of like you really, really, really it's like not wanting to, oh gosh, how do I explain this? You just want to be grateful. Okay. You want to be grateful for everything that you have in your life. And and again, trusting your intuition is going to really help with that. But it really could be one of the things about the 2 of Wands I'm going to point out here. You see one of the ones bolted here. Wands do not like being bolted. So you've got to do that planning, but you eventually got to go. Okay. And take the ones with you. And so again, it is that sense of like, don't have any like doubts or feeling that, you know, things are not going to work out. You see this little man here with his arms crossed, crossing off his heart. Like that's what you don't want. Okay. Now, lastly, you have the 4 of Pentacles, which has come up a lot in your readings, but, you really, actually, you know what, Capricorn, you did get the 2 of Swords in your last reading too. You're getting a lot of cards from last reading, so I would go back to that and see where that was. It's a thing, okay? It's a thing. So there still could be like this decision that you have to make, but you really need to spend some alone time, okay, to really have these really for things to make sense. But with the 4 of Pentacles in your final outcome, that really is just like having order, okay? Just having order in your life, especially financially, that stability, okay? 4 is all about order, okay? Just think about like, 4 legs of a table, right? That stability. Or think about forter, right? 4 and order put together. 4 of Pentacles here, which is your card, right? It's Sun in Capricorn. Okay. So there is a sense of, starting off with the Knight of Pentacles. You have a lot of these cards, but there's, again, planning this week. You've got to really not internalize things. Go with your intuition. Trust your intuition. That's going to make all the difference. Okay. But it seems like there is something new that's coming in for you. All right. As long as you're not feeling all in your head. And it is going to be the sense of stability, and it can be like home related too. Remember, I said that's going to be a big thing for y'all this year, as well as, work and money as well. Career is showing up in a big way, but, you're good. You just get to the point where you're comfortable taking off that blindfold, but don't be stagnant. Grow and move and make this plan, but when you make the plan, get ready to move with it, okay? Because you're going to let this new thing come through. You have these 2 aces. I mean, like, you're good. You're fine. You're good. You just try not to spend too much time up here. And one of the best ways that's going to be, that you can do that is communicating this week. Okay. Capricorn. Oh my gosh. I went really deep with you again. Capricorn. Well, you're amazing. Thanks so much for being here. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And y'all, yeah, we do March next week. Okay. Can you believe that? Can you believe that we are, how did that happen? It feels like it was January 1st yesterday. Speaking of time machines, I'm probably in one right now. I'm going to stop talking, Capricorn. Thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.